Jeff Cote here with Boating Tech Talk. So what we've got here is an unboxing, and we have a product that we want to introduce to everyone. This is the Em-Trak B AIS transponder and receiver. AIS stands for Automatic Identification System, and it's basically a way for us boaters to share information about our boats with other boaters over what are called VHF frequencies. So it's actually data being transmitted over VHF frequencies from boat to boat. So you actually don't, it could even work in the middle of the ocean. You don't need a repeater station. Of course, there are repeater stations for some of us that want to follow what's happening on the sea, and we can, and there certainly are repeater stations, but this is actually boat to boat. So this is ship to ship communication, and the great thing is what can happen here is with a device like this Em-Trak B953, you can actually start sharing not only your boat's location, your speed on ground, your course on ground, your vessel's name with other boaters, but it can also be used for collision avoidance. So collision avoidance is safety, and safety is a good thing. I'm not saying this replaces radar. Some people say that. Nope, I would say it's complementary to radar. Some people actually choose to have an AIS transponder before a radar. That's a personal choice. I'm not even going to go pros and cons, but certainly this is what I consider a low-hanging fruit, meaning there's a lot of benefit to having an AIS transponder in your boat. Okay, first we're going to see is the box. It's relatively, I mean, this is good news, right? If the box is not too big, that means that you can probably fit this device on your boat. So we're going to turn the box around and we're going to open this baby up. Okay, excellent. So, all right, excellent. So here we go. Slowly and methodically, here we go. So I'm going to take off. There's a little bit of cardboard, but not too much. And here is the black box. By the way, black box stands for something that does something. And there's multiple inputs and outputs. So this is an AIS transponder and receiver. And you can see there's various ports on either side. Now here's a really interesting thing about this device. First of all, it's got low power draw. So low power draw is important because some of us are going to leave these AIS transponders on all the time, right? So especially for passage making, this is a draw that some people that are crossing oceans or doing long passages are going to have this AIS transponder on for the whole journey of their passage. So having a low power draw is essential because it means that overall, especially if you're a sailor and you're not running an engine, if you're draining on your batteries, this is going to reduce the impact of having this device on your boat. All right, so that's one thing. There's also an internal GPS. Now the good news is you can also have an external GPS to this. So if you mount it in a place on your boat and you're like, hey, I'm not getting a really good signal strength. And by the way, how do you know that? You can actually log on and actually see that. You can log into the device and actually see what's going on for signal strength. But if you're not having a great location, and sometimes that happens, you know, this is buried in a dash somewhere, and you know what, GPS signal strength isn't too good, then what you can do is you can actually buy an external GPS for this device. But for many of us, we don't need one. The other thing too that's pretty amazing is that this actually has a built-in splitter. So what does that mean, a built-in splitter? So you need a VHF antenna connect to this, but most of us on our boat already have a VHF antenna, right? I mean, most of us as boaters are going to have a fixed mounted VHF radio, and we're going to have some antenna somewhere on the boat. It could be at the top of a mast, it could be on a radar arch, it could be on the side of the brow. Wherever your VHF antenna, it's coming to a VHF radio. So the good news about these AIS transponders, and specifically this B953, is that it has a built-in splitter. So you intercept the VHF antenna, right? You intercept the VHF antenna, bring it to there, and then you can actually, notice it's right this port right here, and then you can actually take a daisy chain wire and bring it to your VHF radio. So one antenna does two things, both VHF radio and AIS transponder and receiver. Pretty handy, makes the installation easier. The other thing too is you can actually see from this side is you're going to have a bunch of ports. One is sort of a data communications and power port, and you can see there's a lot of different pin assignments there. And then also NMEA 2000. So the good news is you can actually integrate this device over NMEA 0183, or if you're lucky and your boat has a more recent navigation system, you can have it over NMEA 2000. NMEA is National Marine Electronics Association, and it's a protocol. Like here we are speaking English. Marine equipment need to speak to each other in a language that is sort of understood by any, and that language is either NMEA 0183 or NMEA 2000. All right, let's keep opening the box. So you're even going to have these VHB, very high bond stickers if you ever wanted to mount this, but it always even comes with fasteners. You can see it's got the power pigtail, and let's open that. And what you'll notice is if you don't have an NMEA 2000 chart plotter, but maybe yours is NMEA 0183, you actually have all the little wires are actually properly labeled for what they're doing. So this is sort of would fit right here on the port, right there. And so this connector fits right in there. So pretty easy. And again, for some of us that do not have an NMEA 2000, not everyone has NMEA 2000, right? We'll be connecting or integrating this device with a chart plotter. And the reason why you would do that, in case you're wondering, is it's one thing to transmit where you are, right? That's like creating an echo, making sure you're visible, right? I'm right here. But what about, and importantly, you seeing others? So it's an AIS transponder and an AIS receiver. And that receiving can also be broadcast to other devices on your boat, so you can actually see AIS targets right on the boat. This is the cable, or the little cable that is going to daisy chain between the VHF radio that might be on board because you intercepted that VHF antenna, right? And you brought it to the AIS transponder. There's a little mounting bracket right here, so you can mount it. And lastly, there's going to be some instructions, but notice what they did. I like that. Pictures, important, visual. Let's not intimidate ourselves with too many words. So they're really going through the whole process, trying to show you like how does it work, how does it integrate. So that's really nice. The other thing too with these devices that are really handy is you need to remember you're going to need to apply for what's called an MMSI ID. It's sort of a unique identifier for your boat, right? And you need to absolutely enter that MMSI that is generally assigned by different jurisdictions. In Canada, it's a department, a government agency that does that. In the United States, there's different agencies, and they're basically giving you a unique identifier so that everyone knows who you are by just transmitting. It's a 9-digit number, okay? Really handy device, relatively inexpensive. It's probably, I'd say, if you're thinking about a radar price point, this is probably a third of the price of a radar to a half. So it's significantly less money than a radar. Again, for collision avoidance, it's really dependent on other boats transmitting their AIS location. So if they're not transmitting, you're not going to see them, right? And that's why radar is different than this sort of device. The other thing I like about it too is that sometimes when we're navigating really congested waterways, which happens to some of us sometimes, the great thing about this is it actually knows where you are. It knows where you're going. So it knows, because it's got an internal GPS, it knows your position, it knows your course on ground, and it knows your speed on ground. And it also then is receiving other ships' information from other boats in your vicinity, right, over VHF frequencies. And it's calculating if eventually you're going to be on a collision course, which is great because sometimes the waterways can be congested. There's a lot of ports where there's a lot of commercial traffic going in, and this takes the whole guesswork of knowing, oh my God, is that 10th boat far in the distance, and I think we might be on a collision course, but I'm not sure. This would actually tell you that it is. So whenever you're thinking about doing a navigation system, most of us are going to think about a chart plotter and maybe a transducer, right? That's going to be sort of bare bones as depth sounder, GPS charts. This is another low-hanging fruit. You've got to consider it. I'm not saying it's for everyone, but it's definitely worth thinking about. And again, because of the price point. So this is one of our go-to choices for AIS transponders and receivers. We install hundreds every year, and we're big fans. So have a look and share with us your experience with the product and let us know how it's working for you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this video. Glad to donate my time to make these videos and to share our passion for marine electrical. Help us keep this channel ad-free by donating on PayPal, link below, or also potentially buying some of our merchandise on our store. We've got a hoodie, we've got a hat, and we also have some tumblers and other gear. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.